This is Travis Wayne Goodsell, and this is a blood moon warning for Mormons, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. My field of study is from the University of Lethbridge in Canada, in biblical studies, partially. And part of that study involved understanding the ancient manner of prophesying and writing scripture. And this was done by observing the heavens, the passing of the planets, the sun and the moon, through the zodiac constellations. The ancients were very detailed, very precise. They knew, and as a result, they knew future signs that were to happen as a result. Just like today's astronomy can figure it out, they too knew specifically and precisely, and they didn't have computer technology to assist them. And so what happens is they also recognized events that occurred on Earth in connection with the symbolism of the sign in the heavens. And they assigned the sun with government and the moon with religion. And so a solar eclipse would mean danger or death to the government or a government leader. And a lunar eclipse would mean danger for the religion or for a death of a religious leader. Now, you may think that this is crazy, that there's no way they could know. However, I put it to the test. And in 2007, there was a lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse occurred over the United States, just like the solar eclipse occurred over the United States. And as a result, we now have a collapsed government. We also had the death of a former president, President Bush. And so in 2007, I knew that it connected itself to the death of the Mormon prophet, President Faust. And he had died about a month earlier than the eclipse occurred. And so I started thinking, okay, well, it's plus or minus a month maybe. And however, after that sign in the heavens, I was then instructed by the heavens that it also referred to another death of a Mormon prophet, President Gordon B. Hinckley, who died in the beginning of 2008. And so I knew that when there would be a lunar or solar eclipse, that something bad was going to happen to either the government or religion, and or at least a death. And so in 2014, I learned about a blood moon, a total lunar eclipse. And I thought, okay, well, this probably means somebody in the church is going to die. And so I waited, and I watched, and I paid attention to the news, and nothing. So I thought, okay, this is strange. Maybe this isn't accurate. Maybe the ancients were wrong about the connections with the heavens and events on Earth. And I went on with my life. And then I found out later that year in 2014 of another lunar eclipse. And I went, oh, wow, okay, maybe this explains why there wasn't one death. Maybe this means that there's going to be two deaths. And so I waited and watched, still nothing. And I was confused, but okay, I guess I don't need to keep looking to the heavens for what's going to happen on earth anymore, because apparently the theory test didn't work. And then came a third in 2015, and this time the news was announcing that this was not just a regular blood moon, this was a tetrad. 4 blood moons in a row. And then I learned that the dates for all 4 were on Jewish holidays, Passover and Tabernacles. And I later found out that there was a total solar eclipse in March during a Jewish holiday as well. And on the 3rd blood moon, that was the morning of Saturday session of General Conference. After that session of General Conference, three apostles died. President Packer, Elder Perry, and Elder Scott. I now knew that this was confirmed, that the ancients were correct, and I understood now what the sign in the heaven represented on earth, that 3 were to die. And so then we come to the blood moon on January 31st, 2018. Anybody recall in the Mormon Church who died earlier that month? That's right, President Thomas S. Monson. Again confirmed that the signs in the heavens relate to something to occur on earth in regards to the specific symbolism. Moons for religion, sun for government. There's also more involving with the night of President Monson's death. That has to do with John the Revelator. But I'm not going to discuss that here. I've discussed it in other videos. And so, on the 20th and 21st of January 2019, that's coming up mighty quick, less than a month, there will be a total lunar eclipse over the whole of North and South America. Mormons, this is a warning, because it can happen at any time, plus or minus a month. And only tetrads are different in that. And from what I understand, this one in January is a 3rd lunar eclipse. There have been 2 others between for the last times during this year. They've just been elsewhere in the world, but this is the 3rd one in a row. So it's not a tetrad, but it's 3 in a row. And so, yes, this is a big warning, Mormons. Don't think that because you believe you're in the true church of Jesus Christ that you're protected, because this may not apply to another death. It may apply to the collapse of the church. And you may be thinking, no, Travis, you're wrong. The Lord, through his prophet, promised that the church would never be taken from the earth again. No. Read the prophecy over again. When the kingdom is established, it won't be taken from the earth. The church, established by Joseph Smith, is not the kingdom. The The kingdom begins at the millennium. And we've already had the age of Aquarius earlier in February, according to the song Aquarius. I can't remember the name of the group, but it was the old 60s or 70s group. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Yeah, that sign occurred in February. Yeah, or was it January? It might have been January 7th, come to think of it, because in February there was another sign that occurred during the Super Bowl. And so, yeah. These things are real, people. You can dismiss them because you think that it's witchcraft or demonology or some other wrong system that's non-scientific. But I have done the testing. It works. I don't know how it works. I don't know the math formula for how it works. But it works. And so I can't deny it. I can't take it back. I can't be silenced about it. You know, you can't silence me and it won't happen. It doesn't work that way. It will happen regardless of whether I point it out to you or not. So something's coming. Something big. All I'm doing is warning. If you refuse to heed the warning voice, that's on you. And if you haven't been paying attention to any of my videos, my website blogs, or my books, you know that the church is in big trouble already. But you can do a Deadpool as in regards to who's going to die first in the Mormon church. You know, President Nelson, he's like what, 92 now? 93? I don't know. Did he just have a birthday? And so, you know, he still seems active mentally, although he's been making numerous mistakes in doctrine and had to be told what to say in the conference when he was appointed president. And then in the video I did yesterday, I exposed that Section 107 indicated that the church has been violating God's commandment on how to select the next president of the church. Go back and read it. Pay attention to what it says. The whole Melchizedek priesthood are to vote for the next president, the successor. Brigham Young used that to claim he was to be successor. Not the case. And so Joseph Smith did find a way to appoint a successor, but it's not the way that every Mormon today thinks it's supposed to be. And so, yes, there's lots of issues in this church that have serious ramifications for violating God's law. So something big is coming. I can speculate because of the evidence against the church. And we can say, well, okay, Elder Ballard's looking pretty frail these days too. Maybe he's going to go. Elder Irene, he's pretty frail. Maybe he's going to go. Maybe 3 will go, similar to the last time with the tetrad. After the 3rd one, 3 died. Maybe after this 3rd one, 3 will die. We'll have to wait and see how it is to be interpreted, but something will happen. Either the collapse of the church or 3 deaths. Up to 3 deaths. So that's the warning. Take it for what it's worth, but I wouldn't count me out. I wouldn't underestimate my abilities.